You thought this day would never come. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and this is the Star Wars Legends podcast. I'm joined by the sex pervert known as Quality Autism, and the dude who loves his neighbors to come over and give his couch golden showers, and the charisma vacuum that we know as Dylan.
My neighbors are the worst.
They are. And yet you sit on that throne of this.
Not even for that.
How are your neighbors the worst? Do they take your coins away?
No, okay, so I think I said this on one of Matt's streams, but the post office guy, because it's an apartment complex, they have an issue where I have routinely gotten my neighbor's mail where like I'll open up my box and then I'll look and like it's like the number either one above or one below my apartment. So I'll go over to them, I'll knock on their door and say, "Hey, I got your mail again." And I've been doing this for like 2 years. And it just dawned on me like a month ago that like
that's how much I care about that. That's called pulling a Matt Wilkins.
Oh.
There we go. Comcast, show sponsor. Anyway, let's get into Matt Wilkins' expanded universe has officially ended 4 weeks ago. And I finally sat down and watched all the legacy reviews yesterday. I was a little sad, not gonna lie. 500 episodes, not counting all the like 0.1, 0.5 episodes when you forget stuff.
Yeah.
Dylan, how accurate is that list?
His list?
Yes.
I have no idea.
It's
you
probably
mean like the chronological order? I know one mistake, definitely.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to put Matt Wilkins on blast for all the times he's trolled all of us.
Okay, so the one thing I know he did wrong was this one Tales comic, Collapsing New Empires, which features Chronal, which was a retcon, but I think he put it like way too early or way too late in the timeline, because I think it's set 15 ABY. And he just randomly put it somewhere.
Well, that was Tales. He put them randomly all over the place. We're actually getting views. It's like people like the Legends podcast or something. Am I right? What a concept.
Shocking. No one in the comments, though.
Yet. God. I don't know. There was a few... I remember back... Noah, when did you start watching Matt's Expanded Universe?
2016, 17-ish.
Oh, okay. Dylan and I think we met Matt probably around episode 6 of it.
I knew Matt well before that.
I don't think I did, though. I'm trying to remember, because I don't think he had the soul patch when I met him.
He might not have.
I think he had just shaved that off. I knew his Defending the EU videos. Got a little hello from Scott Johnson. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Noah, say hello.
Hello.
Jeez. Rude and a sex pervert.
And that's coming from you.
I'm not the one who chronicles all the sex perversion in Star Wars.
Somebody has to.
So you're going to start Noah's sex pervert expanded universe? I mean, it's a matter of time. Anyway, I remember when he wasn't going to include Tales. Like, a lot of them. Because with Tales, it's like a gray area whether it was canon or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of those Mace Windu Tales come to mind, like the time travel one that has the time paradox.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't include Force Fiction, where they redid Pulp Fiction with Mace Windu and Yoda. Because that has Buzz Lightyear in the background. Like, I just want to point that out.
I remember I remember watching back when he thought he was going to do video games, so he did his KOTOR review and realized that he knew absolutely nothing about the video games and never reviewed another video game again. He's like, it's so big, I wanted to talk about it. And I was like, yeah, okay, but...
I mean, it's the one with the most narrative story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been interesting if he did the campaign from Empire at War. Or, let's see.
Well, I mean, he could have, because he said he collects the strategy guides as well, like that they would make, because they have like, it's like, because they have like a breakdown of, okay, here's what happens in the cutscene, which is the story part, and then it's like how you beat the level. So he just reads like the cutscenes to get like the story bits, and that's how he like that's basically how he consumes the video games, is that he reads the game guide on how to beat it.
Didn't he put TIE Fighter strategy guide in?
He might have,
because that has an actual like narrative story in it. That's like, I think, separate from the TIE Fighter game.
I'm going to be honest, I'm extremely fuzzy on how he put everything together for Clone Wars and Rebellion, because those eras are just notoriously terrible with how much they have.
The only reason I have insight in Clone Wars is I may have helped them kind of put it together by pulling out every Star Wars Insider from 2002 to 2005. In an attempt to figure out where to put things.
I don't have a complaint because I don't know the correct answer with this. But I do have one question. I think I've asked on one of the podcasts before that I don't think anyone has thought of. And that's that when Joe Bongiorno edited Heart of the Jedi to fit within the current timeline, he edited it to fit right after Marvel 107. Well, a few years later, we now get Marvel 108, which comes after Marvel 107. So my only question is, if you were a real stickler for reading chronologically, would you put Heart of the Jedi as the very next thing after 107, or would you put 108?
108 takes place 1 year after 107.
Okay, that's easy then.
Yeah, I was going to say, there is some time that passes between the two.
I thought it was much shorter. I thought it was like a couple months.
Yeah, I was thinking so, but it's 1 year.
All right.
Thank you, Noah. We got some comments to talk about here. Scott Johnson says the Secret Tales of Luke's Hand, definitely canon material. And then we got some Small Time joining us. I believe he put several short stories from strategy guides in his reviews.
Mm-hmm.
We just probably don't remember them because they were probably really short, not the focus of the review.
Yeah, because he would just tack them onto stuff.
Scott Johnson returns with TIE Fighter, X-Wing, and X-Wing Alliance game guides. All are written in narrative form. So he probably talked about them. I just remember TIE Fighter specifically. I think we looked at it at his house. Then Scott Johnson says, I would read Heart of the Jedi before 108. And Prime Time says, hey, out of 10, be honest, Black Fleet Crisis.
8.
Noah.
7.
I was going to go with 7. Because of the Lando story. Because I don't really care about much of anything else in Black Fleet Crisis. In fact, the whole Luke mom subplot is kind of irritating. But we brought up Heart of the Jedi a little bit. Let's get into the debacle for Disney that was Heart of the Jedi's unofficial paperback release on Amazon. Because this was a while ago, but it's been a while since we podcasted, so we might as well talk about it.
Cool, and you do have the expert, as I am the foremost I'm probably the most knowledgeable person about Heart of the Jedi that hasn't actually read Heart of the Jedi.
Noah's read it. I know that.
Yeah, Noah's read it. And the reason I haven't read it, by the way, is because when it first came out, I just started a chronological review, like a reread of the EU. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll read it when I get to it. And now it's come out a second time, and I'm only on the Force Unleashed.
Oh, you've actually read things. I'm shocked.
I know, right?
we'll talk about that in a bit because I've actually read some things too.
Okay, so the Heart of the Jedi release, for those of you who've been living under a rock for the last, well, technically 2 months, well, in this case 2 months, but also technically like 6 years. Heart of the Jedi came out, was going to come out, and then it didn't. There was a thing with Bantam at the time where the book that was going to be Heart of the, where they gave Kenneth C. Flint's slot to another author, which we're almost certain was Kathy Tyers for Truce of Bakura. It hasn't actually been confirmed yet that that's the case, but like all signs point to that was the case. So it sat forever and ever until right after the decanonization happened. Joe Bongiorno at StarWarsTimeline.net sent out a massive set of emails trying to contact every single author about every single thing that was unreleased or canceled to see if it was still out there. And Kenneth C. Flint was one of the very few who not only had his old manuscripts and was willing to put it out there for free. So they got together. Joe edited it so that it would fit within the current continuity. Made some tweaks here and there, which he says are relatively minor. In that, and then put it out there, and it was available for free on his sites. And then, someone who I think we all know, but you can find out who this is if you're on Facebook. You can figure it out pretty easily, but I'm not going to say who it is just to protect their privacy. But someone then took that and then took the art was for it and made a back art for it, and then put that up on Lulu for people to purchase for themselves.
Oh God, the Lulu
in 2015.
debacle. I forgot about this. Remember, I ordered my hardcover copy, and they refunded me.
Oh,
that was so bad.
It was available maybe 2 days. Because it was the paperback was available first, and then like the next day the hardback was out, and then the day after that they were both taken down. I want to say maybe best case scenario 100 copies of the 2015 Lulu edition are out there. I have one. I know Matt has. A lot of people have them, but not very many. Well, on March 4th of this year, according to the person that put this up, because they made a post on this that detailed this, but they missed out on that 2015, and they kind of sort of knew some of the ins and outs of self-publishing on Amazon. So they put one together, put it up on Amazon so that they could buy one, and then forgot about that, and it just kind of sat there. I've not read any new canon Prime Time. But it kind of just sat there for like 2 months.
I won't even bring it up.
It sat there for 2 months until I want to say it was either Matt. It was Matt who found it in like his Amazon mentions on the 30th of April, and he put up an article on the expandeduniverse.com that, hey, it's up. Go ahead and get it. Chris of the expandeduniverse.com as well then went out and started contacting a whole bunch of people of, hey, this thing is out. It hasn't been out before, and it's like you should get it. You should get it while you can, because it's probably going to take down like the Lulu one did. At this point, none of us knew that it was going to last about 10 days on Amazon, or that it would be literally topping the charts. Where at one point, I have the numbers right here. At one point on May the 4th at 3:16 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, it peaked at number 26 on the overall rankings for Amazon books. So of all like the tens of thousands of books, there was a 3-hour window where it was the 26th ranked bestseller on there, and it was up there. And it was up there, up in that top 100 for about like 3 days. On the science fiction adventures one, where the Star Wars books tend to do well, after like 2 days, it was in the top 10 throughout for like 8 days straight. And there was 6 days where it was the best-selling Star Wars book on Amazon. And then on the 9th, I believe it was the 9th. On the 9th, in the morning of the 9th, it finally got taken down. We don't know who took it down, but we do know it wasn't the person who uploaded it. It was probably something. It was probably either Amazon or Disney got it taken down or whatnot. But it was a wild roller coaster, and by my estimations, I am fairly confident that around 4,400 copies of the 2021 edition are out there. And now people are selling it on eBay for hundreds of dollars, but the price has gone down. You can now get it for like $200, less than that. One sold for like $105 a few days ago.
Noah, why
Yeah,
are you like this? Who is Uzub? Is that you? Is that you complimenting yourself?
Who, me?
No. Someone just comments, I like Noah's voice.
I haven't talked in a while on here, but all right.
I think it's you.
No,
I think it is you.
no, it's actually not me.
So, anyway.
I'm glad I bought a couple of copies of Heart of the Jedi.
I forgot you. So, Noah, you need to talk about your whole your irritation every day telling me about how Heart of the Jedi hadn't shown up yet.
Oh,
It was so... I'm not allowed to swear on here, right?
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go
It
ahead.
was so fucking terrible. They were saying, okay, it's gonna arrive on Wednesday. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's wait till Wednesday. Wednesday comes, didn't arrive. Thursday, still not here. Friday, nope. Saturday, finally it's here. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it just took them forever, and I was going insane because I was thinking, what if they cancel it? Like, what if they take it down and it's not gonna, arrive? That's...
I mean, mine took a little bit to show up too. Adam and Matthew live next to a distribution center, so they got theirs within a day. But mine took a minute to come out.
I would also like to add, it's not just apparently because I'm German and in Germany the fucking postal service is shit, because I have like German viewers and they told me, oh yeah, I got it like on time. Like they got it days before me. I don't know why. It's so unfair.
That copy of Spy Who Loved Me came to you faster, and that was from
Yeah.
Adam.
Yes.
That came to you in like a week, and then this like took 2 weeks. You were
Yeah.
freaking out about it too.
there was one person when in the aftermath of it getting taken down, there was one person that said their experience that they had bought it. They'd bought it the day before it got taken down, and Amazon said it had shipped, but then it went from shipped to delayed. So they called Amazon about it and asked what was happening with it. And Amazon, apparently, according to them, didn't know like what they were talking about, and offered another book. I forget what book they offered, but it was like one of the new canon books, like in Descent instead. I don't think it was Aftermath. It might have been Light of the Jedi, actually, because it's like Heart of the Jedi. Oh, you mean Light of the Jedi? That other one that just came out?
Oh, what about Heart of the Jedi, the Disney short story that's coming out?
Oh, that's right. They have a...
Oh.
I would say that was done on purpose. The timing is just...
Oh, absolutely. It's like when Chuck Wendig called his third book Empire's End.
Yeah.
Or it's like that High Republic comic that has that guy that has that like one kid with like a very definitely not Darth Krayt mask.
Oh, baby Darth Krayt.
That's Darth Krayt's origin, didn't you know?
He's not.
That's dual canon.
He's not even the
Ahsoka
right
trained
species.
Ahsoka trained him. Didn't you know that? So I have an important question that I just thought of. Actually, I didn't think of it. I just remembered it. And Dylan's not going to be able to answer this, but Noah will understand. Who would win in a fight? Ahsoka Tano or Gwendy?
Oh, no.
They're basically the same character.
That's a hard question.
Who's writing it?
What's up?
Who's writing it?
Oh, God. It'd be Richard Chisma and Dave Filoni together. But I mean, like, they're both characters that are like shoehorned into everything that really aren't the original creator's character. And they're super OP for no reason.
I mean, we have to wait until the third book with Gwendy comes out when she goes to space and defeats it. You know? That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's in the synopsis for the story.
And we'll have to wait for the Ahsoka miniseries.
Oh god, yeah.
We'll do a King of Our Nightmares Legends mashup stream only for Patreon. Actually, no, we'll just make an OnlyFans. We'll put it on the Jerry Cotswinkle OnlyFans. It's the content you can pay for to watch.
I'm surprised Kill Clever 69 doesn't have an OnlyFans.
Maybe surprised you don't have an OnlyFans, Dylan. Everyone urinating on your couch.
It's just the lighting.
No, that is the couch that's had one too many golden showers on it. It looks like piss. It does. He's not even responding now. He knows.
Have you heard, Dylan? You said you were gonna sell your piss couch.
I'm not gonna sell it. If and when I end up moving from this apartment, I'm not taking this couch with me.
Why? It's part of you.
This couch has been in my family since Revenge of the Sith came out.
Exactly. You need to keep it in all of its.
Yeah, when you move to Matt Wilkins, you have to take the couch with you.
No.
That's his only furniture he's taking.
No.
It's the couch. He's going to surround it with Legos and Armada.
And nothing else.
And nothing
the
else.
The only thing he takes with him, yeah.
That couch is so gross. But it's part of me. You can't abandon this couch.
You're the one that makes fun of it all the time. And now I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm not taking with me because this couch is literally falling apart. And you're like, no, keep the couch.
What are we gonna talk about, Dylan? There's only so many times I can make fun of your toupee. Or that you're John Sadler. Like
no one who still watches these knows what that reference is.
I know, but we still make it.
No one who still watches these actually knows who the real John Sadler is.
It's you.
No, it's not.
One of these days, Noah's going to make a wiki and claim he didn't about all of us. And it's going to be Dylan, alias John Sadler, Dak 303, John Tuttle. And then in parentheses at John Sadler, real name.
Primetime, do y'all consider Zahn or Lucino's new work in Star Wars promising or interesting? I haven't read any of his new work, so I can't comment on that.
Tarkin was this first book in the new canon. It felt kind of like an EU book that got reworked. It was one of those first four where they ended up reworking what was written. Because there's Darth Plagueis references in it. Although they made Tarkin like this like alpha male weirdo where he'll get in a knife fight with people.
Oh yeah, remember that one comic where he goes shirtless?
Yeah, that was a dream sequence because I actually ended up reading that. And he just shoots someone out an airlock. But he's like ripped at the age of like 70. It has all these scars from like knife fights.
Oh man.
What a man. Remember how Tarkin was in Dark Lord The Rise of Darth Vader, Dylan?
Yeah.
Where he wouldn't actually do anything himself?
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
All right. I want to respond to this question. Okay, Lucino's books in the Disney canon. So we have Tarkin and Catalyst. Both are fine because they are written by Lucino. Obviously, he's a good author. They are not of his like best work.
No,
that's obvious.
No,
Zahn is another topic.
Zahn's written so many of his worst works in the
I mean,
last decade.
Jeremy, I think you said this, and I agree with it. Zahn hasn't written like a truly great book since Outbound Flight. And
Oh,
I
no,
already have
definitely.
problems with Outbound Flight, but
Oh yeah, what's your problem with Outbound Flight?
the depiction of Sebayov, mostly.
Yeah, it's a little funky.
Uh,
They don't explain where the clone comes in.
Mhm.
That's my only problem with Outbound Flight is that to this day that's the like one thing from the Thrawn trilogy that's not. That's the color of 1,000 golden showers. He's gonna have to invite his new neighbors over. But yeah, no. Let's see. What was Outbound Flight before Survivor's Quest?
no, after.
Because Survivor's Quest is kind of meh. It's
I
got
would
some
say
good stuff in it. It's nice to see Luke and Mar. I think Luke and Mar are married in that book.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the only one where that's the case. And they fight a destroyer droid.
Yep, because that's the scene they decided to depict in the Essential Reader's Companion.
That's the yeah. But Choices of One and Allegiance are bad. Scoundrels is really bad.
And disrespectful.
Yes. Thrawn is weirdly bad. Thrawn Alliances is
Terrible.
garbage. It's a garbage book. It is the worst way I've ever heard someone write the Force.
Yeah, double vision. Multiple
Double
blaster
vision.
bolts coming at me. Double vision.
It's so bad when Mark Thompson's doing the Darth Vader voice and saying double vision.
There it is.
Yeah. What was the other one? Thrawn Treason was bad too. That felt forced. It was a trilogy that didn't feel connected at all, except for Thrawn was in them.
Yeah, because it wasn't supposed to be a trilogy. It was like just 3 standalones tying into this shitty Rebels show.
That's right. I forgot.
And then there's the new one, but only the first 2 are out, I believe.
I have not read it. I didn't
The
bother.
Chiss Ascendancy trilogy, people say it's better, but it's another Thrawn prequel. I'm so over it. Like, I just don't care.
It's like the Star Wars expanded, the Star Wars movies. They're a trilogy of trilogies now. Isn't that funny? It's not.
Nope.
No, it's very sad. Way to bring down the top. Let's talk about some good things that Disney's released, or rather re-released.
Oh.
This year's been a good year for EU content. We already talked about the unofficial release.
Yeah.
Can we talk before we go into that point? This got released this year.
I was going to work my way to that. I was going to start with Tales of the Jedi because it came out first. But let's talk about Dark Empire. I heard they brought something. They released something with it that's not been released in a long time.
I think that's this. I don't know what it's called. Wait. This?
Yeah. The letters section that hasn't been released in like a decade.
Oh,
Wasn't
nice.
in the hardcover. So we were talking about that on Nightcap last week, I do believe. Anyway, that was
with
cool.
This, yeah, but with this one, I want to say this came out in March, and I ordered it in March.
And they
it
short-printed it.
It arrived in June.
Yeah, I didn't even order it. It's sold out here. It's only just gotten the reprinted. I'll probably pick it up soon. Because of the letters section. Because otherwise, I have a digital copy of the Dark Empire trilogy on Comixology. They scanned in the hardcover version of that. Have you read the Dark Empire trilogy, Noah?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. No, Dylan.
Yeah, I read it. I think I last reread was about 5 or 6 years ago, though. So I'm a little fuzzy on it.
Same.
They also put in a bunch of Tales comics that are set like post Endor. There's the one where Luke fights the Darth Maul hologram.
Oh god, I forgot that was a thing. They had to throw Darth Maul in when they could.
Yeah, like when he gets resurrected and fights Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's the main one. The ultimate matchup ever.
Which was supposed to be like a mini series actually, and then they were like, "Nah, this is garbage. Let's put it into Tales."
Or or in The Force Unleashed when Proxy turns into Darth Vader so that you can fight him.
Darth Maul, you mean?
Darth Maul, yeah.
The Secret Tales of Luke's Hand.
Oh god.
It's
They will
really-
throw anything in there because they just consider even Infinity's things. They'll throw in like where they think they fit in the timeline.
Oh yeah, they did an Infinities epic collection, which
Yeah, but they
considered
didn't.
Star Wars and the Infinity trilogy, and it was
They
sold
could
out.
have. Yeah, that's been sold out forever. That was one of the first things they did, and Dylan and I had a good laugh because it said Legends and it was Infinities.
Yeah, it's the, it's the funniest thing ever.
Tag and Bink was in that as well, which is the only. Actually, I like the Infinity Star Wars trilogy. I hate the Star Wars. The Star Wars can fuck off and die. It is one of the worst things I've ever read. I collected that in the single issues. I read that each month for 8 months.
Oh boy, you know what they should have done? Included Brian Wood's Star Wars in Infinities.
They should have. It basically is, but they put that in the Rebellion's Epic Collections Volumes 1 and 2 because I own all that.
Yeah,
Which is why those don't sell well.
because it has Brian Wood shit in it.
He one of the worst Star Wars authors ever.
He's basically Jar Jar Abrams, but for comics.
Yeah, he messed up his whole thing. He sometimes allegedly makes good series. I've never seen it. He has one of the worst runs of Conan the Barbarian ever. And his alien stuff is really bad. And I saw his name on something else the other day. Like I think he was going to write a Predator comic or something. Which Marvel now has the rights to those, and they started their own Aliens comic series.
Ironic, he was going to write Predator because I think at the time Star Wars 2013 came out, he was accused of being like a sex pest.
Is he really?
I think so. I don't know if it was true, but I heard he was accused of something.
Ugh. He's just the most mediocre writer.
He was like, "Oh, I read X-Wing and I read like Courtship of Princess Leia some years ago. Let's just do
that." He specifically read Wraith Squadron and just that. So, Tales of the Jedi Volume 1 came out. Dylan's favorite title ever, and it was Dawn of the Jedi. I just finished this the other day, which I was really excited for. Because I like the Dawn of the Jedi era. There wasn't enough of it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
There could have been some really good... That could have been a really good series. But I'll get into that in what we're reading. Then we got a really cool one, which I couldn't find in my boxes of stuff. I'm currently between houses right now. So much of my stuff's in boxes. But that was the Star Wars Insiders short stories, Volume 1.
I have it up here. Should I get it?
Yes, get it.
All right. Give me a second.
That's the one that had the controversy because there were canon stories in it as well, right?
Yeah. To this day, it will be the only thing canon I own. Did you get it? Which has a Dawn of the Jedi story in it.
Oh, yeah. Eruption.
Which also has an audiobook because it's at the end of the Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void audiobook.
Yep. It also has a bunch of Disney canon short stories, but not many. So that's good.
Yeah, I saw the word Jakku in there, and I remembered Darth Grouch, as Dylan would remember him. Very old joke. also known as the bad Matthew Wilson, once referred to Jakku as a Wookiee sneeze.
God, I haven't thought about that guy in years.
I hadn't either until I saw the word Jakku spelled out, and I had to laugh. He was the grumpiest man. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Very nice.
Very nice. I'll be reading that once I move into my new place. Which, guys, I'm gonna announce this on here. You're gonna get a room tour. I haven't done one of those in Dylan. I think we just became friends when I did my last room tour.
Probably sounds about right.
Yeah, because I had just gotten the second bookshelf because I ran out of room for my New Jedi Order. I had just finished collecting New Jedi Order, I think, at the time. But
Yeah, this thing is pretty nice.
yeah,
I'm
It's
looking
a cool
forward
one.
to the new releases. By the way, for the second one, they say, like, stories by this and this author. They removed Alan Dean Foster's name from the second one.
is he in it?
He's in it, but they removed his name from the cover.
Oh, because
And
of
I
all
would-
the
Probably.
shit going on.
Probably.
That's messed up.
They resolved that with him, Khan, and Gold, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, the last update I saw was that they resolved the royalties dispute with all of the original trilogy authors, but there's still other authors out there that they have yet to resolve with. That they
Like
have
a
yet. Yeah, I think Stackpole is one of them. But I remember Alan Dean Foster, Glut, and Khan have all been resolved. Those three have been resolved. Their royalties, they're now either receiving royalties or have back royalties, whatever. They've all dropped. They've been dealt with, but it's just the rest of them. Which, ironically, funny enough, Chuck Wendig is on that list as well. Which I was just like, I actually kind of felt bad for him. I'm like, oh,
You are saying Chuck Wendig doesn't get money for his...
Are you sure that he's claiming he's missing royalties when no one bought his book?
I
I'm
think
pretty sure
so.
you can buy them all in hardcover still.
All right,
on Amazon.
I think Chuck Wendig is. I think with Chuck Wendig, I think he's not getting his royalties from Marvel. I think it's the comics he's missing his royalties on,
Oh, yeah.
not the books.
Oh, for the not very good Force Awakens adaptation he did, and the incredibly contradictive Vader annual.
Yeah.
Which
I
I'm
can't-
wondering.
I can't confirm that because I've just seen his name on the list they have. But from what Michael Stackpole has said, because his dispute is also with the comics and how Marvel works, which I think in the case of the comic writers, it's Marvel that needs to pay, not Disney. It's like semantics, but like it's semantics that matter in court. Yeah, so I think it's because of Marvel, but Chuck Wendig is, for better or worse, on that list. And I would be lying if I said I didn't feel kind of bad for him when I saw his name there.
Here's a picture of him.
That's another thing. I have tried to make memes of Chuck Wendig, but I cannot find a picture of him where he looks normal.
No, doesn't exist. By the way, I love it. It's like, look at this picture, how it looks, and then it says it was taken by Michelle Wendig. So I guess his wife just hold the camera like.
No,
right
it's
in
his
face.
sister.
Sister.
It is definitely his sister or
Oh.
his mother.
His mom. Mom, look, I got to write a Star Wars book.
I wrote it
Hold
in
on.
the bathroom in 45 days.
Hold on.
Chuck
We need to.
Wendig's elderly mother edits his books and like helps
All
him.
right. Next, Moffrin, we need to dissect every Wendig interview to see if he ever mentions his wife like Denning does.
Oh yeah, we need.
Wait, Denning. Okay, we need to explain this. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we watched a couple of Troy Denning interviews where he comes off as an idiot, and in one of which he has the best out of context quote of all time, where he's comparing himself and his marriage to like Han and Leia, and he's like, because like my wife, I have a wife. It's like he says it like that.
That may be the greatest thing an author's ever said in an interview.
Yeah.
That's better than Karen Travis's love of killing Geonosians.
Yeah. Her hobby is stealing pens. Yes. These author interviews are pure gold.
I mean, I was gonna say Kevin J. Anderson talks about his wife because she's pivotal in actually typing out his books.
Yeah, and Denning's wife is encouraging his psychopathic, perverted behavior because she's apparently a Walking Dead fan.
Oh God. The other epic collection I wanted to bring up before we got sidetracked is well, there's a couple coming out, but one that's already came out and I missed it was they did an Old Republic Volume 4 finally.
Oh yeah, that's still not out here. I think it still takes a month before it comes out. But that includes like the Old Republic SWTOR tie-in comics specifically.
Yes, and Lost Tribe of the Sith Spiral.
True.
Which is the only thing out of that I really care about.
Yeah, because I mean the one by Alexander Freed that ties into Annihilation.
Oh yeah, but the other two are garbage.
The first one especially, that cash grab.
Yeah. It was that Blood of the Empire, but that was technically issues 4 through 6. That happened before issues 1 through 3. So bad. So next would be Knight Errant.
That's good.
Which, that means that would probably be the final volume, would be volume 5.
Is there enough Knight Errant for one full epic collection?
No, they would put Jedi versus Sith in.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Because Knight Errant is 20 issues, I believe, right?
Yeah.
3 story arcs. Yeah.
And they do about 25 issues a volume, I do believe.
That's a good way to get them off the shelves is to package it with Jedi vs. Sith. One good, one bad thing.
Oh, I don't know. With
Jedi vs. Sith is bad too, though.
It's Happy Tree Friends Star Wars version.
Yeah, but Jedi vs. Sith is like funny bad. It's like The Room bad, where like you'll go back to it, just be like, oh yeah, that's right. He did blow off her brother's hand for no reason.
That's
and
the one with the
like
cute little kitty drawings, where in the beginning, like the children of like a farmer get slaughtered, and he's like, "Why did you do it?" And it's this really like just cute drawing style. It's so weird.
It looks like. Do you remember the Runaways? The comic series it was Marvel Tsunami, technically, I think is what it was, but it was kind of anime-esque, but it was like look kitty. That's what that looks like. It looks like Runaways, but bad. And just the kids' names are terrible. Bug.
Oh, that was Troy Denning's self-insert.
Bug.
That's what inspired him, because that came out before Dark Nest by years. Jedi vs. Sith came out in like 2000. It was long before Path of Destruction.
Yeah, because Path of Destruction was 06, 07, I believe.
Yeah. It was bad art. But let's get into...
Speaking of Path of Destruction.
Yeah. Let me get it. It's cute at the bottom. I wasn't ready for that. I got it. I got Path of Destruction.
Finally.
I love this cover.
Finally, we'll get a set of the Bane trilogy with matching covers.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still get one. You just have to get like the Chinese cover for Rule of Two.
I've never seen the Rule of Two Chinese cover.
That's by the same artist who did the American versions of.
Why did they put one of the worst?
Because Rule of Two was rushed as fuck.
Heir of the Empire
with terrible Thrawn.
I don't mind this. You take that
Pupils.
back. Oh,
Pupils.
God! I didn't notice that.
We brought this collection out to celebrate Star Wars Legends, the expanded universe. Oh fuck, we couldn't even get the character design right on the front cover.
Otherwise, it's a good cover.
Yeah, otherwise, but that's just
I could airbrush that out.
just paint over it.
And the one of the hour.
The one
Yeah,
that's actually hard to find.
With the best, my favorite of the 3 covers by far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because the cover on the hardcover of Shatterpoint is so awful.
Photoshop?
I think the paperback is bad too.
The paperback's the same as the hardcover.
No, there's alternate because I've seen 2 covers of Shatterpoint.
Well, yeah, this one and the original.
No. I know for a fact I've seen 2 different covers of Shatterpoint before that
this
one.
This is some Mandela effect shit right now.
No, you know what's Mandela is the fact that before a few days ago.
Oh, he's gone.
This actually has to. Okay. I guess we're not there yet, but in Wave 2, every single thing that came out before all the stuff got announced was that I had seen was that Dynasty of Evil was going to be a part of Wave 2, but then it wasn't. They dropped it from Wave.
Didn't they also say like Darth Plagueis was going to be in there?
They said Darth Plagueis, but they did say that Darth Plagueis was going to come out later. It was because Wave 2 is coming out in September, and then Darth Plagueis would come out next year, in like spring of next year. They did come out and say that, but I've also, maybe it's just Mandela effect, but I remember seeing somewhere that both of the Bane books were in Wave 2, and now it's only Rule of 2.
Yeah, because let's pull up the Wave 2. We'll get into this here. Wave 2, of course, we're getting Dark Force Rising and Last Command together.
Yeah, so they can, cash in on the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, Rule of 2. Well, this is the second time that Disney's done this, and they released new covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they did Rogue Squadron, which I didn't expect, which I'm very happy for, because like with Shatterpoint, they new audiobook, unabridged audiobook, which I'm going to give you a little review on the Shatterpoint one. It's good.
Hold on. I just realized something. The 20th anniversary edition of Heir to the Empire with the new cover came out in 2011. The new covers for the entire Thrawn trilogy came out. The second wave for the paperbacks came out in 2016. And now in 2021, we have another new set of covers. They've released a new set of covers for these every 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not a big fan. I don't get why Dark Force Rising has a stormtrooper head in the background.
Because
I think
Empire?
It should be George Sabaoth.
That's the thing. That's why
That's
why I still like the original covers the most, because all the other ones, it's like the 2016 ones, they form one picture and you have Thrawn on it 3 times. Because cashing in that he's in Rebels
because
now.
season 3 of Rebels was coming out, and that's why they did it.
And this, I'm gonna give it one compliment. At least it has Mara Jade on Last Command,
and I think that's Lauk.
Oh, because he's red and looks evil.
Yeah, probably.
It's Lauk.
And Small Time is pointing something out. They forgot to name it X-Wing Rogue Squadron. Did you notice they called it Rogue Squadron series, right? Which could imply that they are not going to do the Aaron Alston books.
That's a possibility, because I know a lot of people were thinking of like the branding wise of like the Essential Legends collection. Even though it's kind of controversial, there are a lot of people that love the series. You would probably have to put Republic Commando in there. But there's the whole thing with Karen Traviss of...
Yeah, that's going to be funky.
But we kind of got away from this. But one thing actually, because I was tracking the Amazon sales data for Wave 1 that I did not... You can find my full analysis on the Expanded Universe. But one thing that I noticed that I did not expect is of the 3 of them, Path of Destruction was consistently the highest ranked of the 3 on the Amazon charts. which I did not expect. I thought it would be Air, Path of Destruction, and Shatterpoint, but no, it was Path of Destruction, Air, then Shatterpoint. And it was by a lot. In fact, the audiobook of Path of Destruction, even though the only thing that changed about it was the fact that like they had changed the cover to the new cover, that was even charting high on the audiobook tracks. It didn't get to the point to where Shatterpoint was at the time, and actually even right now, still the highest rated Star Wars audiobook on Audible. But Path of Destruction was up there too for a very long time. Whereas Heir to the Empire, it was high, but it wasn't nearly as high as Path of Destruction was. So completely took me by surprise that Path of Destruction did so well.
Yeah, it's interesting. But this isn't the only thing being re-released. We got the 2 Marvel omnibuses. They're doing the omnibuses again for Expanded Universe. We got what's called the Old Republic Volume 1, which is all of KOTOR, the comic series. That comes out next month. We also got, what was it? The Rise of the Sith Omnibus, which is all the pre-Phantom Menace comics. That's coming out in, I think, September. We have another epic collection of the original Marvel years.
Oh, that's good. When they finally finish it.
I think they will finish it, or they'll get close. I don't know if it will have. I don't know if it will have 108 in it or not.
Probably. Right?
My dad is being as loud as humanly possible. Yeah, I think we're going to get another Empire epic collection. Either an Empire or we're going to get another Clone Wars one.
When do we get another, like the final Legacy one? Because they still need to do Legacy 2.
Did they get up to war in the
that's finished. That's all finished.
That's finished. Yeah,
but again, what else do you put in there? Because Legacy 2 is only 18 issues.
Storyteller, Star Wars Tales comic. Lost Lightsaber. I don't know, these weird ones from Tales. Probably.
I don't know.
Maybe
when
this...
when we're going to get another Rebellion volume where they put Shadows of the Empire in. Because I don't even think they put Splinter of the Mind's Eye in yet.
I don't know.
Are the Thrawn comics, the Thrawn trilogy comics in those collections yet?
Yeah, that's in the New Republic Volume 4, which is sold out. It's sold out like immediately.
Yeah. That's a big thing with these comics, these omnibuy. Get them, like pre-order them if you have to, because they're with the history that Marvel has had, they're not going to be up long, and you're going to be paying like it might actually be cheaper to get the original Dark Horse ones.
It usually is.
How much is the Old Republic Omnibus?
Which one?
This new one coming out. Wait, I think I found. Boy.
Yeah, they're
110.
Oh, that's cheap. In America, it's 125. That's what they retail at. They're huge.
Yeah, that's probably 110 euros.
Yep.
Yeah. They need to reprint the original Marvel years hardcover ones. Those have gone out of print. Mainly so I can collect them again. And we also get the of course the Insider Fiction Volume 2 comes out. And that's pretty much it. But it's a big year. It's a big year for EU stuff.
That's actually not it, because there's all the toys that toy stuff that's come out.
Oh, yeah, that's more your field, Dylan.
Yeah, so there was for the Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary, they did a 4-part comic line that had Jackson, Dark Empire, Luke, Maul from, I think it was his appearance in Visionaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that I actually got, because I absolutely love this comic, Carter Jax.
Oh, yeah,
Except
that's one.
It's not Carter Jax. It's Kirk Canos. They just named it Carter Jax and didn't realize they had made a mistake until they announced it, and everyone in the comments pointed out that it's actually Kirk Canos, not Carter Jax. And they said, well, it's too late to fix it, so they just sent it out as Carter Jax.
Good
So they are
Lord.
so great at celebrating legends. First Thrawn with pupils, then Carno Jax fuck up.
For the record, I bought this completely knowing about this screw up because I love this artwork. This is probably my favorite comic cover of all time.
Foreman.
And even though it's mislabeled, I still wanted my Kirk Canos. I don't think his helmet comes off, which is
You want your Carno Jax? You can,
Carter,
just spray paint him.
Yeah, the little thing up here, it reads, because it's like multiple languages, but it reads, trading himself in the ways of the dark side of the Force, Carter Jax became one of the most formidable members of the Imperial Guard. He betrayed his brotherhood by usurping the Imperial throne.
God.
And then the Jackson one. So they say it's Jackson, but like on the but the cover art they use in all the art is from his appearances in the new Marvel comics, not the classic Marvel comics. And
how does it feel, guys, that the two things everyone said was stupid about the EU they've added to the new canon?
They have taken all the worst stuff. Dark Empire, Jackson, Palpatine's grandchild. It's all in here.
Oh God, yeah, Jedi Prince.
Ken is better. Ken Palpatine is a better character.
Whatever happened to him?
I hope
matter.
he became a Jedi Knight.
But also in figure news,
What if he had a cameo in New Jedi Order that was going to be in that?
That would have been awesome. That would have been absolutely awesome. He should have come in fucking Legacy of the Force and defeated Jason. I would have
step
I would
aside.
have creamed my pants.
Shayna.
That would have been awesome.
But,
rolling in with Jash Rendar.
but also
Another
in figure
forgotten
news,
character.
they did Hasbro did another fan poll for their vintage line.
Oh,
They
you're
were
gonna
gonna-
be salty about that too.
A little bit.
salty every time there's a poll.
Well, no,
You
because
expect this. That's
in
the
this-
thing.
I know I expect it, right? But it's still this is the fifth time this has happened where they put the figure up, the figure wins, and this time the right figure won. Republic Trooper did get the most votes. So like, okay, we'll do a Republic Trooper figure. So they announce it, it's gonna go up for pre-order, right? And within an hour, they sell out of the pre-order. How do you sell out of a pre-order? How do you sell out of a pre-order for a figure that you had fans vote on? A figure that, by my calculations, over 40,000 different fans voted for. When this is the fifth time you've made a fan figure, and every single time you do this, they sell out and there's not enough of them, so the price in the secondary market skyrockets. How is this the fifth time you've done this, and you're still making these mistakes?
Oh, I just remembered something. You know my German comic collection they had going on, 120 issues. They stopped it because like the contract with Disney was up, so it didn't include Dawn of the Jedi or Knight Errant. That's just never gonna be reprinted in Germany, I guess, which sucks. And now they started a Marvel epic collection with hardcovers. It's all apparently gonna be new canon stuff, but they announced it's gonna include Forever Crimson, Marvel 108. As like a special one. So that's probably the only one I'm gonna get.
Yeah, that's a crazy collection you have.
Yeah.
It takes up like half your room.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
He had to have those shelves built in for it.
Yeah.
Should we cycle into what we're reading?
There's one more figure. It's still available, but
Oh my God.
they announced Zalbar from Kotor. That's up for pre-order on GameStop, which you can still get for pre-order for all the Zalbar fans out there. You know, they have Canderous, they have HK still to do, and they have like Mission Val, but no, Zalbar is who we're going to go with. But maybe we'll get those other
Have
three.
they done Bastila?
They have not done Bastille, I don't think. They've done Revan and Malik.
I forgot they did Malik.
And they've
didn't
also
they
done
do
Lightside
one-
Revan.
Yeah, didn't they do one from KOTOR too?
Yeah, they did Nihilus.
Nihilus. Do you like Nihilus's cameo in Legacy?
Where
That
he
no
just
one-
like hums.
Yes.
He just makes
It's like-
he just makes hungry noises.
Why? I was trying to think who all is in that. Is Bane? Bane's in there. Nihilus. There's a third one though.
Is it I'm forgetting his name. The guy that's like always dead, but like his Force Ghost comes back. Ndedu, is it Ndedu?
It might
Undead?
be.
No. Undeadu is later on. Darth Wylock like finds his tomb. That's some other
Oh,
Sith
that's right.
Lord. Who was it? Who was the
Which they
first-
ripped off in Dave Filoni's Clone Wars with Bane. I just realized that. You remember when Bane shows up and acts nothing like Bane ever did?
Oh, and like the samurai armor.
Yeah.
That's definitely
should-
not samurai armor.
He should
It's
have been like
definitely not
Bane. He should have been like Bane in the Batman and Robin movie.
It would have been better. Instead, Dave Filoni had a reference that he was in the last part of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But yeah, who is it?
Okay, I've got to look this up now.
Yeah,
Yeah, check
we
it.
gotta look this up, people.
In the meantime, what else is coming out? What's maybe coming out? An English translation of those Hungarian Han Solo novels.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the first one is done.
yes.
Which I
It's
should
cool.
mention. I'm trying to get it printed in paperback for myself.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it will work. It's a German website. It took me like 5 days to send the information in because the website is garbage. Like you can tell, they write it in the most complicated way, so you have to call them and pay them extra, so they do it for you. It's definitely on purpose. And I'm glad I have people in my like fan community who told me like that's not just you being an idiot. It's you being an idiot and the website wants your money.
That's so bad.
Yeah. I hope it looks good when it comes in.
Have you figured it out, Dylan?
Yeah, I found the panel. I don't know who. I think it is Ndedu.
It
That's
can't
right.
be
Found-
Undeadu.
Share screen share. Computers are hard.
Yeah. Should I do a
Dylan,
little bit live
pull up a
reading?
picture. If you pull out a picture of a butthole, I'm gonna be very angry.
Sorry, you don't want pictures of a butthole?
So fucking dumb. There we go. I knew it.
He's on the left. I think that's Ndedu.
Isn't that like Mark Haragnos or whatever his name is?
Maybe?
Someone
Is this
comment down below.
Nagasato?
Nagasato's
Weird still guy with a hat.
but
His
Nagasado
holocron.
is oh, it's his holocron, it's not a spirit.
No, holocron.
Yeah, these are their holocrons.
I thought his holocron was destroyed in Tales of the Jedi.
It must be because Bane had his when he built his holocron, he had it have with his herbalist armors because it looked more intimidating. I don't know why Nihilus has a holocron though. I don't know why Nihilus would ever have a holocron, but I guess he has one.
What was
Chat.
Nihilus's deal?
Man too angry to die, or man too hungry to die. Sorry, angry to die was Scion.
Too horny to die.
No, that's Troy Denning.
Noah, you need to do a super edit of It's Good to Be Alive with Troy Denning. That would be great. You haven't done enough shit posting in a while.
Yeah. I mean, check the Kitty Glover channel.
I don't want to
But yeah,
check
with-
out your troll accounts.
Yeah, but yeah, with shit posting, that's all happening in the Mothrands now. We watched Matt Wilkins' top 10 in slow motion in 0.5 speed, and he sounded drunk.
Your
What,
channel.
you haven't seen it? Should I show you quick?
No, we're not gonna get a copyright strike. Right
No,
now.
it's not. It's Matt Wilkins. He's
Yeah,
gonna
Matt Wilkins is going to copyright
strike.
strike this podcast.
He
Yeah.
will. He's just gonna look at Noah and say ban.
because he's vicious.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Let me share.
This is great. It's gonna be great on when someone listens to this on Apple Podcast.
Yeah, I mean they can hear it. I guess. Share screen.
Yeah, that's all you need. Because it's just him talking.
Christ, here we go.
All right, you can see it.
Oh God.
All right.
But yet you're like, oh man, and you have to feel yourself because when I read that book, I was like, what is it?
Sounds stoned.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Why are you like this, Noah?
Drunk.
I don't know. Oh boy.
Have we ever seen Drunk Matt?
No, he doesn't
Yep.
drink.
Okay, good man.
He's not me.
Oh,
And if you think about it, in the Young J Knight's book, they did face off unknowingly.
I can't fucking take any of that anymore.
Matt
Oh
Wilkins
wait,
at half speed is a gem.
wait. Wait, do you want to see my reaction when he calls Invincible one of the best expanded universe books?
Yes.
You have times. You commented on your own
Lot of
video the timestamps.
No, that was Marvelite.
Okay.
Oh, but I did the Drunk Matt Begins. Okay, that was my times.
Put it number one, but it's Legacy of the Force. I love it for all the reasons everyone talks about it. I do think that Invincible by Troy Denning, the way it ended, is one of the best books in the EU. There's no doubt about that. I love how they reinstituted the cheesy jokes and then they knocked at the end of each chapter. I knew what was going to happen. You know?
That was my real reaction. I screamed.
I remember when he said for one of them when like you had to you took off your headphones and just walked away.
I think it was Children of the Jedi. By the way, Matt's face right now.
That's great.
Oh man, let me quick go this one. Unifying Force. Magna Prime.
But that doesn't really
What about
matter, I
Tracy?
think,
Yeah.
because it is one of the important books in the series.
Folks, when I read New Jedi or Vector Prime, my brain, I think I told you this, was leaking out of my ears. I was so shocked at what I was reading.
Christ.
We need to watch more of Matt's stuff in 0.5.
New channel idea, Matt at 0.5 speed.
I
Someone
hope
do
you
it.
don't do this with my videos.
You're probably not as memeable. 'Cause-
Probably not.
I guess it's just the
a
way
lot of
he talks.
swearing.
I guess it's just the way Matt talks is just like you just get so many amazing freeze frames of his face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Noah used my face from a very old video as his profile picture for a long time.
Oh yeah. When you had you you looked so stupid on it.
Fuck you. All right, what are we reading? I've had enough of your shenanigans, Noah.
I'm reading Hand of Thrawn right now.
Oh, Tinder just went on.
I can't get to it.
It's actually not Tinder. It's what is it? Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm rereading Hand of Thrawn. I'm in the middle of book 2 out of 3 because Germany is shitty and they split it into a trilogy.
Dylan, guess what the third Hand of Thrawn book is called? Noah.
The Admiral's Wrath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it would make sense breaking it up in the audiobook because Spectre of the Past is like an 11-hour audiobook, but Vision of the Future is like a 24-hour audiobook.
Oh, man.
Noah. Is that better or worse than the Stephen King titles, German titles?
The German Stephen King titles are something else. We haven't even gotten to the worst ones.
What was Salem's Lot again?
Salem's Lot was literally called Burn Must Salem. Yes, it's grammatically incorrect in every language, but that's how they called it.
So yeah. Dylan, what are you reading? Dylan, you actually read, and I was shocked because you were stuck on Paradise Snare for a year.
It wasn't a year. It was like
you like worse than Matthew.
6 months. At least I didn't have 5 pages left of Kenobi's Blade. For 3 months. Okay.
That was years.
Was it years?
Yeah.
I thought it was months. Okay, that's even worse. Yeah, at least I wasn't 5 pages away from finishing Kenobi's Blade for years. But I'm reading Force Unleashed 1.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's the pain. It's the pain of going through a reread in chronological order, but it's why I did it because there's a lot I haven't read, and like I didn't want to just do the good ones first and then just like have to sit through the bad ones. But that means that sometimes I get to a part where I have like 4 or 5 bad books in a row, and I just got to get through them.
So you've read all the Han Solo books then?
Nope. Rebel Dawn happens after.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You've read Brian Daly.
Nope. Because it's the first 2. It's Paradise Snare, Hut Gambit. Then it's Force Unleashed 1, 2, the Lando Adventures, the Han Solo Adventures, Death Troopers, Shadow Games, and then Rebel Dawn.
I forgot that's like that.
Oh, this reminded me of my favorite German title for Shadow Games. It's called Shadow Games in the Shadows. That's not a joke, that's what it's called. Germany, everybody. German book publishing.
Well, I'll talk about what I'm reading. I just finished Tales of the Jedi Volume 1, also known as Dawn of the Jedi. And I am about a third of the way through Shatterpoint. I'm actually digging this read through it.
Yes.
So the reason I didn't like Shatterpoint for the longest time, it was one of those books where I picked it up and I read Mace Windu's diary, and I said nope, and then put it away. And I don't like the diary stuff. I think there could have been a better way of writing that. I think it's stupid. And the Nick character has taken me a little bit to get used to him because he's really annoying. Other than that,
he comes back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he comes back in Coruscant Knights 1 and Shadows of Mindor.
He's also in the Darth Lord trilogy in some places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember which one, but he shows up in one of the Dark Lord trilogies. In one of the books in the Dark Lord trilogy. I don't think it's Revenge of the Sith, but he either shows up in Labyrinth of Evil or.
I don't remember him in Labyrinth of Evil.
He might get mentioned, but I don't think he shows up.
He shows up very briefly.
Are you sure it's not Revenge of the Sith? Because Shatterpoint gets referenced a lot in Revenge of the Sith.
It might be.
because it's Matthew Stover.
Yeah. But it's
And-
also James Luceno.
But it's Matthew Stover's character.
Well, yeah, I know, but James Luceno also is like the greatest at taking other people's characters and making them better.
Yeah. Let me guess. Does he show up in Traitor? He'd be like 100 years old at that point.
I don't think so, because Traitor takes place almost exclusively on a Yuzhan Vong ship, and I highly doubt he was there.
Otherwise, he would have.
Probably.
Is that the book where Jason's in the embrace of pain?
Yeah, that's Jason gets tortured for 200 pages. Not
Lovely.
really, but like that's explaining that the plot of the book bad. New Traitor is probably the best non-hardcover in New Jedi Order.
It did get a hardcover though.
Well, not of the 5 like originally released hardcovers.
I don't get why they did that.
I
With
don't
the
either.
hardcovers, I think it was because they said like, oh, you only have to read the hardcovers to understand New Jedi Order, and the paperbacks are like filler, kind of. You can skip them if you want to, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, they're you miss so much.
Mhm.
I feel bad for anyone who read or is reading New Jedi Order and is just doing the hardcovers.
Because what, you skip from Vector Prime to Balance Point
Oh my
Yep.
god.
to Star by Star to
Yep.
Destiny's Way and then the Unifying Force.
Mhm.
Destiny's Way to Unifying Force is probably the only good transition, because Force Heretic is like okay, and not a lot happens in Final Prophecy.
But
Final
is
Prophecy
great.
has
It's Great, but not a lot happens in it.
has the goofiest Tahiri cover I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
And
this-
it-
I think
it
this was
looks-
also her last time on a cover before she turned into a pedo. We have to mention this every time.
I've been talking
Does-
about this for years.
Does she get? Yeah, we talked about this early on in Legends. We may have talked about it on Minus Nest.
Oh, one thing we didn't mention about the Essential Legends collection is Shatterpoint got an unabridged audiobook, and Rogue Squadron's getting one as well.
I did say that,
We did? Okay. I can't remember
Yeah.
if we did or not.
and no one cared except for me. The Shatterpoint audiobook's really good though.
You know what I look forward to? This re-release of Darth Plagueis, because I'm curious what the cover is gonna look like.
It's gonna be Plagueis holding his lightsaber up and Palpatine going, God, why do these people have to be so loud?
Oh, it's gonna be that like one. I need to find. Do I have this on my I think I only have this on my phone. I'll send it to Noah so I can screen share it on Discord.
What?
Oh no, I'll send this to you. If Facebook Messenger lets me. Oh my gosh, it doesn't.
But anyway, I'm gonna at some point reread Aftermath in English this time.
Because he has a weird fetish for it. Why do you have two?
That's the German one I read first.
It looks the same.
That's okay. Are all the Disney canon books in this format? Because this is
Yes.
so much bigger.
Yes.
This is the normal one.
Yeah, they're also $1 more expensive.
Yeah, they look shitty. It's
Oh, yeah.
terrible. That's almost as big as the German one, and these paperbacks are like massive.
But these ones are probably about the size of your German paperback. Which I
Probably.
kind of like this size. It's different. Because I know they're getting rid of the mass market size.
Hmm.
Dylan, what are you doing?
What?
Oh, he sent
Is
it
that-
to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you
That's
so I
big.
can share the screen so you can all see it. Here we go. This is the leaked cover for the new Plagueis.
No! 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 as bad as when you made the Straight Outta meme and it was Jaina and it said Straight Outta Brothers.
Dylan is spending too much time on DeviantArt.
I've had enough of that. All right, that's the end.
Yeah, but
Have a-
guys, Aftermath, it's coming on my channel at some point.
So you're
Live
coming on
reading.
your channel.
Yeah, I'm coming on this book, live reading.
That note, everyone, have a good evening.